Hey, Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will understand about when you should spike the insulin. So, the insulin spike basically which that buffer the growth hormone production. So, basically, what is the insulin? Let's understand about that, and then we will understand about how it can spike. So, basically, insulin is the anabolic hormone. It is basically released from the pancreas, the beta cell of the pancreas, and in this way it is the endocrine hormone, will bind with the specific tissue like muscle and the liver, will lead to open the glut channel, and in this way the glucose will move into the cell. So remember that things, and in this way your blood glucose level will drop gradually, and in this way the glucose will move into the tissue rather than basically remain in the blood. So in this way the blood glucose level will drop. So in this way the insulin spike due to the sugary materials like sugary food, the complex carbohydrate also, and the whey protein or the simple amino acid containing protein, basically the protein and sugar, but not fat. So fat will not spike. So you should spike the insulin for normal growth of your body, normal growth of the muscle. So in this way, whenever you will go to the gym, so in this way basically the insulin basically drops. So remember that things. Basically during the exercise, the consumption of the sugar from the glycogen into the glucose conversion in the muscle and the liver, which that decrease the glycogen, and in this way the glucose will use as a fuel, and in this way the mitochondria produce ATP due to the consumption of that glucose in the form of basically the glycolysis to produce glucose, and in this the glycolysis to produce pyruvate, and pyruvate go into the mitochondria, and mitochondria produce ATP, and this is the oxidative phosphorylation, require the oxygen. So in this way basically the insulin should be spiked whenever you will work hard. So when you go into the gym, so your muscle will break, and in this way the stored glycogen will deplete, and in this way the stored glycogen will decrease, and that provide the energy, and in this way the glycogen first decrease to provide the ATP, and in this way the basically is the fat is the second one, and the protein the very sick to produce the ATP, and the protein metabolism will be slow very. In this way basically very slow as compared to the fat, but fat will trigger for the beta oxidation to produce ATP, and in this way the all protein remain constant, but remember about that the glycogen will consume during the exercise when going to the gym, and in this way when you will go into the home, so you want to recovery. So before the recovery, before the sleep, you should consume the glucose, you should consume the whey protein for spike the insulin. Why? Because the all empty hepatocyte, empty myocyte, the muscle cell, and the liver cell, which that is empty, you should provide the nutrients like amino acid and the fat, on the other hand the glucose, and in this way the amino acid, glucose and the fatty acid movement into the cell required the insulin, and in this way the whenever you will spike the insulin via glucose intake, or you can high protein diet rather than the fat. So you should not intake the fat, remember, because the fat basically buffer the insulin, and that time before the recovery you should eat the carbohydrate, and this carbohydrate basically which that will lead to spike the insulin, and in this way the spike of the insulin will lead to all nutrient drain into the tissue, into the cells like muscle cell and the liver cell and other cells, and in this way the all basically the glucose will convert into the glycogen quickly, and in this way basically whenever you will go into the sleep, so you should don't eat any sugary material, don't eat any carbohydrate, because due to the sleep time, so the sleep time increase the growth hormone, and in this way the anabolic hormone, the insulin, work before the recovery properly. And in this way, whenever you will go into the sleep, so you should don't eat the carbohydrate, and in this way your body will grow, because during the night time, the sleep time, during the recovery time, the growth hormone is required, and then and that time the growth hormone is very important for the growth of your bone, muscle and brain, and neurogenesis, neuroplasticity, and in this way basically your body will develop. So that time, during the sleep time, before the sleep, you should don't eat the carbohydrate, but basically you should eat as a post workout meal with carbohydrate containing diet, and in this way you will improve the muscle. And during the sleep time, you should don't eat any food, and in this way you will go into the fasting, and in this way the growth hormone will spike, and in this way your body will grow. So that is the best time to spike the insulin is basically after the before the breakfast, and in this way during the breakfast you can spike, after the growth hormone spike during the night time, during the sleep time, and whenever you will go into the gym, so after the hard workout you can spike the insulin post workout, but don't spike the insulin pre-workout, because you will feel the parasympathetic nervous system activation, and in this way rest and digest stimulation will lead to not trigger the more energy, and in this way the sympathetic nervous system will basically not spike, and in this way the parasympathetic nervous system will inhibit the sympathetic nervous system, and in this way your basically whenever you will go into the gym, so you will lose the energy, because during the anabolic processes will occur. So you should remain on the catabolic processes in the gym, and in this way the anabolic spike during the meal time, and you should spike the insulin after the workout. So the post workout spike insulin will work for the growth of your muscle. I hope you make sense about that. If you like my video, please make sure to subscribe, like and share. See you in the next video for this. Bye. Allah Hafiz.